Welcome back. Film, what would it possibly be without music? And what would the Sundance Film Festival be without music? That's a big job. There's a lot of work to be done. Of course, there are logistical aspects, the fact that we have amazing performers in town with the ASCAP Cafe, with BMI, the BMI Snowball, of course at Base Camp. We're fortunate to have some of our amazing local musicians included in this festival, and the guy who is concerned all year round with these things and many, many more is here with me this morning from the Sundance Institute. This is Jarom Rowland. How are you, brother? Good to see you, man.
Good to see you, too.
Welcome back.
Good to see you, Terry. Always.
So, we have our regular, right, exactly.
I know,
Let's have
so
deep
many
cleansing
things,
breath.
Seriously. I've been doing
fantastic.
some deep breathing.
Fantastic. So
yeah, the local showcase. So how did you hear about that? Because this has been something that's actually been super important to me and people at the Institute. We have so much great talent in Salt Lake City and around Utah County. So we're doing a showcase closing Friday the 27th at Base Camp, which we'll talk about.
Yes.
Featuring Talia Keys and DJ Joshi Soul.
Joshi Soul's amazing. Talia was here last night.
She's incredible.
Yeah, she really is.
She's one of these artists in Salt Lake that I've had my eye on and have watched for quite some time. So,
and
you know,
definitely
we have to give
works
back.
Hard.
Yeah, you know, and we've received some criticism over the years about not supporting local music and how can we engage that community. And I come from that scene for Salt Lake City music, so it's important to me. So I'm glad we're talking about that.
Fantastic, and I'm happy to say that even within that lineup, as I was looking at your post last night on Facebook, there are some names that I don't recognize, and I love that.
Yeah, right? Well, that's what's so great about, I think, Sundance, and in particular, you know, the Sundance ASCAP Music Cafe. It's a discovery showcase of artists that are emerging, and that hopefully you don't know all of those artists. So I think you can discover quite a few gems.
Absolutely.
Festival, so, yeah.
That being said, I have fingers and toes crossed. The conversations I've been having about the possibility of Michael Franti coming to Park City Television.
Oh yeah.
Possibility, of course, with touring musicians. It's always
absolutely. No, he's such a gift. No, I'll put a little word in if there's anything I can do to help.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, we're so excited to have him play. That's going to be a great set Monday, the 23rd. Yeah.
No question.
Yeah.
Hopefully, he and Josh Kelly will at least stop by and say hello. We've got
Josh is local, so. I guess we can consider him a local musician.
And I never thought about it like that, but I like it.
Yeah.
We'll take him,
right?
Right,
absolutely. The Kelly boys will take them at any point.
That's right. And talk about the other key affiliations that you have for the Institute in the world of music.
Well, I think that you know, our partners always have been ASCAP, of course, and then the other PRO, BMI. Both we work closely with year-round, not only here at the festival to activate, but they're both closely associated with the work that we're doing year-round with film music and composers. So as we go, though, we're realizing that we're in touch with more labels and more management companies, and just really engaging this world of music artists. You know, we've done what we've done up here with film, and we know that world super well, but we're really starting to learn about the crazy world of, well, I'm starting to help people learn about, you know, musicians. It's a whole other ballgame in terms of supporting those kind of artists. So it's really exciting. You know, it's a vital time, I think, for art in general, and then the music industry is going through such a radical shift in just in its identity. So it's exciting to engage these artists, and so many of them do film, and so many of them are filmmakers, or there's such a crossover. It's hard to really see the lines, you know, anymore. So, and
it feels like in this sort of post era of record companies and $15 CDs and jewel cases and things that we'll never see again, that it really has permeated the artist community, that sort of the auteur mindset, whether that be I'm writing, I'm performing, I'm recording, I'm promoting, and of course social media, even in just the last 2 years from the world of the internet and Reverb Nation or SoundCloud, and I've got to get my, you know, on iTunes and that kind of thing. But now we're seeing the ability that artists have to connect through Instagram, through Facebook, through Twitter. It's amazing. If you would talk a little bit about your take on how technology and especially social media is changing the people that you work most closely with.
Oh wow, well, you know, technology, like you said, I think one of the scariest things or most exciting things though is, you know, we're getting away from, it's all about recorded music now. versus and trying to just come up with a very glossy sound. Everybody just wants to have sort of a pristine sound, and so we're getting away from those kind of performance-based moments. It's not about it's about packaging yourself entirely into something that maybe doesn't necessarily represent like how you sound live or what you can do performance-wise. So I don't know, technology, I struggle back and forth with it because I think sometimes it might be having a negative impact on creativity in some ways. As far as social media goes, I love it. I think it's such an amazing tool for connectivity and promotion and marketing, and it really is, I think, the most vital tool for marketing musicians these days, for sure. I mean, we see the power of social media at the Institute so much. We have a great social media team who does amazing work, and the way that it connects people instantaneously is crazy. That's how we do so much of our marketing is through social media. Nowadays, you can say it's almost more vital to release something on a tweet versus than an official press release or a media alert. Right. It carries more weight. We'll see more people. We'll get to more people. So, hey, and you know who's is a tweeter. So
that's right.
Why not? So I guess it's the.
Although I'm not holding that against Twitter.
I'm not either. No, I'm not holding it against him either. I love all of it. I love it. I love it. No, I think it's such a powerful tool. Yeah, Twitter. I'm so amazed. I mean, it's here to stay. It's not going to go anywhere. But social media, it's all about that. And the connectivity to fans, people to be able to tweet back or Instagram back to these artists. And I find a lot of artists are actually more willing to sort of communicate with their fans and do stuff on social media than a lot of other things, And
I think that the example that probably we all have had, whether it be on Twitter or if you get a follow back on Instagram from somebody that you follow that you love. And I mean, one of my favorite comics retweeted something that I tweeted at them, and I was literally flying the whole day. I was so excited. Right, Mike Kaplan knows that I exist.
Oh, really? See, it's so exciting. I need to get back on the Twitter game. I'm not very. I love Instagram, but.
Twitter, I agree. And I think our relationship is a microcosm of that, because I feel like we've become a lot more connected just seeing what you're doing and what's happening in your life.
Isn't that wild, though? And when you run into people, you kind of feel like you have been in touch with them all year long.
Exactly. And it's like, hey,
we've been hanging out on Facebook. Yeah,
exactly. So let's do some deets about places that folks can see and listen to music, Basecamp, etc.
Yep. So, of course, the Sundance ASCAP Music Cafe is returning for its 18th year. Down at the Rich Haynes Gallery, 751 South Main Street, which Lower Main is going to be insane this year. There's a whole festival village.
Yes.
Acura has a stage that's going to have music programming, but the Sundance ASCAP Music Cafe is the same as it's always been, Friday to Friday. Doors open at 1:30, shows run 2 to 6, and they do 4 to 5 performances a day. Go check that out if you can. Credential holders, access, public if their space allows. Such a great place to see, like we said, discovery music, and then a lot of other stuff. And then Basecamp, which is the second year. We have this incredible venue, Basecamp, presented by Canada Goose. Has VR Palace in one corner of it, and then the other corner is this huge performance stage, performance tent, where we feature music every night. And tomorrow night we're kicking it off with Thundercat and R. Lamar, both incredible artists to feature there. Saturday we're actually doing our key film music program event, Celebration Music and Film is there Saturday night. BMI does both their events there. So it's really the place, I think, to see live music every single night that's associated with films. We try to make as much sort of connectivity to the film program through that activation. Tuesday night's going to be insane there. I have Samora Pinder-Hughes, who's an amazing alumni of mine through the film music program, and also a composer on Who Streets, one of the films in the documentary competition this year. He's bringing an incredible lineup that includes Layla Hathaway and Daveed Diggs to perform, and so that's just going to be a really soulful, epic night. And yeah, so check out the website. There's literally something there every night. I think the press release just came out 2 days ago that kind of listed the festival music. But yeah, so there's Sundance ASCAP Music Cafe, Festival Basecamp, Festival Village, and then, I don't know, all the music in your heart. I don't know. I'm sure there's something else I'm forgetting. Oh yeah, there's a billboard in the Yard. Billboard is activating at the Yard. And they're doing like DJs, kind of like the late night, the stuff through open
Very
weekends.
cool.
So, yeah.
Well, more to the point of how wonderful it is to be able to be in touch. we have an amazing opportunity and experience here at Park City Television, but I love being able to follow along with you and to say, what's Jarom doing today?
Oh, gosh.
See, because you're doing kind of cool, amazing stuff that I would trade with you. And
I would trade with you.
Right?
I think we could trade, though. We kind of like have the
It's true.
Like, I could be
It's
him
true.
for a day, right?
Hi, I'm Jarom Rowland.
I mean, I don't know. We could be brothers for sure. You know?
It's true.
Yeah,
And we may be.
Oh, wow. I know. Yeah, right?
That's right. Anything's possible. Where should folks go? Online, social media, to find out what's going on every day?
It's Sundance.org, our website, and that's the best way to check for festival updates every day. And we also do all our live streaming events. We'll be live streaming on the line there simultaneously as they're being live broadcast at the festival. So that's Sundance.org, and then there's a music section there for all the music events. And then social media, if you guys are, please tag us, #Sundance. I mean, see us on Instagram. It's all Sundance. It's we've really cleaned up our tags, and it's all pretty easy to find us, I think.
Which is a really cool thing, in as much as we've all, I think, learned how to interact with the social media in a way, even if you're not a heavy user, to be able to spectate in a way that used to be very passive.
Totally.
And now is
And you don't have to feel like if you might there's this knowledge that you need to know before participating. Now it's like, oh great, it's pretty easy, pretty straightforward. So no, but we love it. We're so excited this year. I think the program is really amazing, and there's a special feeling about this year. I think there's some really cool vibes. So I'm excited to play it out. So are you going to come hear any music?
Oh, I absolutely will. As we sit here in my first hour of Sundance coverage.
Oh, so is this your very first hour? This is just
yes, I guess because like I say, Talia was on last night, but that's the eve of Sundance.
I love it. I feel honored. I'm
as am I.
Who canceled?
It's great. You were the one and only for this spot, Jarom.
Oh, you're hilarious.
Thank you so much.
Oh my gosh,
it's great to see you.
You too.
Have a wonderful festival.
Yep.
Avoid the snow. Stay hydrated.
Absolutely.
And I will see you around. I'm quite sure of that. And thank you for all you do for this amazing get-together.
You too. All right. Thank you.
All right. We're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to get started on discussing the films of the Sundance Film Festival, The Workers' Cup, after this.
Ready to, yeah, you know.